G'day guys and girls, and welcome back to the next episode on OTT Adventures. I do cop a little bit of flack for the lack of fishing content in some of my videos, but that's not what I'm all about. I fish to eat. But this episode, it's been a long time between drinks for me on the hooking up well and catching a good feed and actually not taking a spear gun. The shark side of it really gets to me a little bit, and this fishing video, or trip, let's call it a trip, it sort of really highlighted to me why I lost my passion for fishing with the shark side of it. I didn't film a lot. I never took any cameras on this. All I had was my phone. I wasn't expecting much. It's been a long time. I was going to new areas, so you're kind of just using a bit of what's up here and obviously your technology to do your job for you. So I wasn't too sure what was going to happen. And I say it a lot, I'm really bad with the camera side of it, and this just probably really highlights it. I didn't even take them. But if you got your phone, you've always got a camera. But anyway, long story short, I'll fill you in. It's a little bit of a mishmatch of video because, like I said, I didn't plan to make a video. I just took a couple of clips and stuff. But I left the back beach boat ramp at Dampier at about 9 o'clock at night. Anyone that knows that, unless you got sort of 2.7 to 3 meters of tide, you cannot get the boat in. And this was a big tide weekend, full moon, and so I left it pretty much on high tide, 9 o'clock at night. Shot out. Was meant to be amazing. The weather looked cracker, and you always look through 2 or 3 different things just to cross check and reference them all. But it looked really good, and I started to head out, and it was okay. And the further out I got, which is 15-20 nautical miles out to some of the islands there, it got pretty rough and pretty bad. And being such a big low tide, there was no water around the islands for me to get in close and tuck in to get out of it to have a bit of a sleep. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, I sort of conceded defeat, got as close as I could in a bit of an area, and woke up at 6 o'clock the next morning, and stood up or sat up, looked over the side of my boat, and a big wave rolled straight in front of me boat as I went over the rest of it, and it broke alongside me. So it was touch and go. That one was touch and go. There was, like I said, I didn't film bugger all of it because I wasn't out there to film. But it was literally an anchor up and get the bloody hell out of there. So be careful where you're anchoring around some of these islands. Obviously, swell ended up on the ocean side of the islands because the direction of the wind, that was the calmest place I could find. But obviously, in turn, I ended up exposing myself to the swell. So that was probably a touch and go. Probably rolled through about 10 or 15 meters in front of me. So how many went through before, I have no bloody idea, but I got the hell out of there and went fishing, and I got absolutely smoked at the start by trevally, huge schools of trevally, big trevally, 8-10 kilo stuff, or not huge, but good sized trevally to stretch your arms and get your blood pumping in the morning. But anyway, enough waffling from me. I jumped straight into it, and please enjoy it. It's a good fishing one that I generally don't do. Enjoy, and there's some primo fish in there. Oh, I tell you, it's been a few weeks between drinks for me on the fishing, but have a look at the fucking size of this thing. Woo! That's a thumping ranking. I'll get the gaff and I'll get him in. Sorry about the swearing. Oh. I'm gonna have to put this down, I think. There you go. Woo! Just gotta flip this bar arm. I'll snap the tip of the old girl here. Hell yeah, brother. That is one donkey of a ranking. little bit of damage there. Bloody hell. I was here, I'll switch this round. Oh. Donkey! Woohoo! Well, she's been a hard slog today. Pretty wild night last night, considering it was meant to be pretty good. But I was happy to endure it for a bit of this. I'm a freaking long way out now. I'm about 80-90 k's out. Let's get this one. Starting to put a couple of fish on the board now. It's worth the run out. I'm gonna pick this guy up without hurting myself. It's full of juice still. My lip drips. There you go. Nice little red. About the 4 kilo mark, I'd say, give or take. Got another rank in there before. As a lot of you know, I don't bring an esky, so once my little tank there is full, I'm out. And that big ranking this morning, he filled half the bloody thing. So yeah, like I said, got another ranking in there, and now red. I think I'm allowed 5 fish, Western Australian rules. So this is number 3 in the bin, and we're on our way. Woo! Nice little red knee. You go good. We've got a big Kev moment going on here. This is the fattest trout I've ever seen in my life. Give me 2 seconds. Make it 10 seconds. What the size of that sucker? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Hell yeah, brother! The old mixed bag's going pretty well today. Rankins, red, and a thumping trout. 720 though. Not that long, but he is fat, man. Proper fat. I'm sweating balls there. I'm out. I could keep going, but this is cracker. Check this one out. Another thumping trout. You know, only the 720 again. But holy, put the head on the bloody things. Oh, jeez, it's still alive there. Oh, hey. Anyway, you can't fall any further down. That hook was just in his lip. Oh, hand over the camera. I didn't bring any cameras today. So obviously, WA rules. He's gonna have to go back. So, no swim bladder blown up, so he should release pretty well. But yeah, whew, I'm done, eh? Like, I didn't show anything this morning, like, sit down for a bit. I got flogged by trevally this morning. Had a crack at a little spot on the way out, but the trevally, they pumped me this morning. I'm a bit burnt out. And while this weather is cracker, you know, like, I had to look at me, swap hands. I had to look at me distance. I reset everything with this jargon with the fuel burn and everything going on. I've done nearly 70 nautical miles to get to where I am. So I'm tipping it's about 40 to 50 at least to get home, because I mucked around a little bit last night as well. So trying to find a few fish. But yeah, not to be last night. It was shit. It was bad. Like, it was meant to be pretty good. That's why I left at like 9 o'clock last night. But anyway, I've got to get this fish back in the water. He's been on the deck too long now. So Coke Zero time. It's only, I think it's like 10:30. So I'll be putting this little spot up here. Give you that tip.